For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. Hey, y'all, come on in. Happy New Year. We have a soap today that Doug Lane sent to us.
And it's the scent that George Washington wore.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. It's great to see you. Thank you for finding us on this New Year's Day. And if you happen to be here during the live premiere, why, come on in the live chat. Won't you meet us? Meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world, and they'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, we wanted to show you the splash that we got from House of Mammoth for Christmas. And we chose this one because this is our favorite scent so far from House of Mammoth. Shire.
Yeah, it smells just like you are sitting surrounded by hobbits and Gandalf waiting to go off on a grand adventure. And there is something in the splash that elevates the magic from the soap. I'm not sure what it is. It's not more intense. In fact, for me, it takes the edges off and blends all the scent notes together a little bit better. But y'all, I put this on yesterday morning and did something I rarely do. 6 hours later, I reapplied. I did not have enough of this. It is a charmer. And it's on sale right now at the Wet Shaving Store. And what's our soap today?
Our soap today was sent to us from Douglas Lane at Adopted Acres. And he found this soap. It's the exact scent that George Washington used to buy from Caswell-Massey.
And they are still in business, y'all. I don't mean this is an homage. I mean, he went down to Caswell-Massey and bought number 6 all the time. And we still have it today. Are you kidding me? Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all. So from the sales page at Caswell-Massey.com, with our number 6 shave cream, which receives its fragrance from the same exquisite botanical oils from our historic number 6 fragrance, we've elevated your morning ritual to the level of that of heads of state. With beautiful opening notes of citrus, neroli, bergamot, and rosemary, you'll soon understand why President George Washington selected our number 6 as his preferred fragrance.
Thick and rich, we designed our shave creams to lift and separate the hair, so your razor glides effortlessly, delivering a clean, safe shave. Our recipe is intentionally non-foaming, yet hydrating, to allow you to wipe off the excess with a wet towel. No need to rinse, and suitable for use with or without a shave brush. Well.
Y'all, mysteries and wonders await us today, intentionally non-foaming. So this will be curious. I used to use the shave butter from Dollar Shave Club, which was like clear and non-foaming, so you could see where the hairs were, but it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
So who knows what we're going to discover in this, but I'm most excited to get my nose on it. How often can you smell the original from 300 years ago because they are still making it? Y'all, let's unbox it. All right, y'all, Mr. Lane was so kind and sent us out 2 soaps to review. One of them is an Antica Barberia one. But this, look how beautiful this looks. Right, dapper and distinguished. Here we are.
My goodness.
Caswell-Massey.
America's original 1752? Is that right?
And number 6. I wonder if there was a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this is the one that endured.
I'm curious, but just to know what he actually kind of used himself is kind of crazy.
Y'all, I want this first impression, and I want it now.
All right, you definitely have to smell this first, but I'm glad it was gold so we could bust it out quickly for New Year's because it's fun and fancy.
Y'all, I was talking to Mr. Lane today, and I was like, so what does this kind of smell like to you? And he was like, you know, it's not really a shave soap. It's more a cologne. It's that kind of a thing. I'm just excited to know what George Washington smelled like because he fascinates me, y'all. He was tall. He had a book of etiquette that he published.
Oh.
Kind of an amazing guy. Saved our country with a sneak attack on Christmas Eve because nobody thought we would do that. Well. All right, I'm taking this in. All right. Oh, there's a little cosmetic barrier here for your protection. Now, this is a non-foaming formula. So,
shave cream, it says.
This looks kind of like a whipped soap, y'all, kind of a thing. So, who knows what we're going to discover today. But I'm going to take this in.
All right. Oh, he got it right away.
Oh! Adjusting expectations. Hold on. Wait.
Doug knows his soap, man.
Wow. Wow. Okay, hold on. This is way spicier and yet soapier than I thought it would be. So it's almost like it goes off in two different directions. It is super dark, woody, spicy. It has the air of ancient, dignified teak or mahogany furniture. And then it goes off into some lights and some soapies. Whoa, hold on. Okay, down in the base is some kind of magical spicy wood that is binding about 10% with a soapy quality that's rocketing you then to the other side of this. But the beginning of it is dignified, bassy, deep, and wide. I would almost call this like an American patchouli because it's not patchouli, but it can stand in for that exact same idea in the bass notes. Something deep, rich, and woody, and almost a little squinchy, but right before it gets a little bit too herby, a little bit too woody, a little bit too peppery, it takes a turn and it goes up into the lights. Which, hold on.
Oh.
Okay, that took me a second. The lights are a floral. I was trying to think they're herbs. Nope. I was trying to think they're soapy. Nope. There is a floral in the top, but it is such a beautiful masculine floral, and it's kind of designed to click with those bass notes. So if that floral could have a little tiny bit of a smell of like a mahogany or a teak or something woody and spicy, that floral is not devoid of that character either.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. And I'm going to say it. In the same family as 4711, another cologne from Cologne, Germany that has been around for 300 years, but I think there is a reason. I don't think they have common scent notes. I think there was just something in the perfumer's base that might have been the style at the time, because I'm kind of getting a little bit of that spicy neroli under the surface, but just maybe 10-15% similar DNA.
Okay.
But this goes off in a whole other masculine direction. So where 4711 was a little bit more floral and a little bit more unisex for me, this is a dude, and probably a tall one. And then the coolest part is it's not a direct transition, even though the scents in the base and the top are similar. Where they are coming together, the other parts of the wood and the other parts of the floral are a tiny bit at odds. So you get some tug of war. You get some movement in this. I don't know if this is as comforting as it is commanding.
Okay, there
but
we
makes perfect sense to me. This is not number 5. Number 5 was the shoemaker down the street. This was number 6 for the president of the United States. And this smells like it. And I kind of want to know what you think. Take this.
I'm so intrigued. I was just about to ask you, like, how masculine is it? And then you started to talk about, no, it is. So interesting.
Very.
Is there a certain time of day or like a place you'd wear this to? Like, does it put you in a lane, or is it just like whenever you need to command the room?
Yeah, this could either be an afternoon stroll through the rose garden or a state dinner at night. This plays both ways. But I think it's because the florals are a little bit more the afternoon scent, and those deep, rich, woody, spicier ones are the ones for the nighttime. And they're both in there.
So do you feel like you need to be wearing a suit to put this on?
I'm not going to lie, it helps.
So it's good we came prepared wearing this.
Oh, I knew I had to do this on New Year's Day. Look at the label. Look how dapper and elegant this is, y'all. This needs a New Year's Day suit dress up.
And it's a nice jump from holidays into the lovely New Year's celebrations.
Right. Nothing Christmassy about this.
Okay. Ooh, there's a little iridescence going on.
Yeah, I know. Okay, take it in.
Oh, I totally get what you were trying to explain now. I know you kept doing that too.
And not at all what you would expect from a cologne, right?
No, but I could totally see him wearing a scent like this.
Yeah.
Intriguing. Okay. There are a lot of layers in here. I know we read some scent notes, but those do not do it justice.
No, and I kind of wanted to say this without being mean, but I smell age in it. It doesn't smell like agey or old, you know what I mean? But I smell tradition. I smell custom in this.
Not old like musky old. Not that.
No.
Yeah. It's funny. Each whiff is so different. I think I have the words to say it, and then I'm like, wait, but there's more in here. So I do get the brighter floral, like neroli, orange blossomy, something that is just enough to keep it like an uplifting, like get ready, almost like caffeinated feel to me.
Right.
Like a get ready for the day thing. Then there's the greens and the herbs that are in here, but they are the stately kind of herbs. They mean something in here. And there is, I know you said mahogany. There is some fancy, not a normal woodsy scent that we get a lot.
Right. What would you call it?
I'm trying to figure it out. It's not redwood, but
it's not oak. It's not those. It's something different. It's super spicy.
Like if you were to watch the Antique Roadshow and you watch some of that stuff that goes through that has taken years to make, that's
know this is weird, but it does have a little bit of a hint of an antique store. And I think it's because you're looking at 300-year-old furniture. That's kind of what they smelled like at the time.
But it was like at the original freshly polished version. Right. Like that's what I think I'm seeing. Yeah. I don't know what that is, but that's somehow in here.
Right.
There's something that's really zesty.
Yes.
So right when I think it's going to be like too lemony or something, it switches. And then it's like, oh, no. I am still dressed up. I am ready to conquer the day. Yeah. Do not mess with me. I'll make all the calls. Like there's just something about that coming through.
And the sweetness comes from the spice. There's nothing sugary sweet in here at all for me. Are you getting that?
Yeah, the sweetness to me is coming from the floral / neroli, lemony something. It is. And there is something a little green herby spice for me as well. I don't know if it's like even just like a stem of something, but it's something in there that I'm getting
basil,
a little... Yeah, something like that. Like there's something, but it's just kind of that confidence part coming through.
See if it's basil. I would put my flag in that.
If not, it's super close to it. I think the floral and the basil somehow together are almost becoming something new for me. Like how these are interweaving back and forth. Right. Like nothing about this scent stays. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like it constantly moves. Right. Yeah. Like I just feel like it's like a living scent somehow. Right. Does that make sense? I love knowing that this is from like 1752, I think it said. Like there's something about having that just really, it's a timeless scent. And it really is as potent and needed now as it was back then. Like there's nothing in it that you need to change to make it more current. It still has a purpose now.
We have museums dedicated to 300-year-old pieces of art for the eye. Where is the nose in this equation, y'all? This is the only place, colognes, shave soaps, where you're going to be able to smell exactly what they did 300 years ago. And how do we know? Because these are the exact same folks he bought it from.
Okay, I know you said this is more masculine to you, at least compared to 4711. Like, so I would agree with that statement. But in my mind, when you said that, I was thinking 4711 is a little more feminine, masculine for this one. But this one to me is still like, if this is the center lane, it's just barely past. Like, I feel like I would still gladly use this.
Right.
Where some of the other cologne homages, I'm like, I love it on you, but I wouldn't grab it immediately to use myself.
See, I'm thinking Sean Connery, Gregory Peck. I'm thinking the masculine guys on this one. That's where my nose is going. She's going Betsy Ross, but this is very cool. So if you did walk in and Martha Washington's wearing this, what parts of this are you going to get from her?
I think my nose immediately goes more to like whatever that fancy floral meets the neroli side is. Right. I take that first in my whiff, and then I keep going to more the herby stuff. And the last thing to me is the more woodsy, like spice side.
Right. You know, there were 4 scent notes, and I think they were all citrusy. I'm actually getting those last. I'm getting all kinds of other stuff from here first, but I guess we'll know better if we take a look at these scent notes.
I would just like to mention, y'all, that this is 8 ounces. So if you look up the price and you're like, oh, that's a little more than I was expecting, this is 8 ounces of that.
$26, y'all. All right, so where are the scent notes? All right, starting with citrus, neroli, which are almost the same thing.
Right.
Bergamot.
Oh, it's the rosemary. Dang it, that's what it is.
There is way more than that going on in here. What's the spicy wood you got in here? There is tons of stuff going on in these base notes that are not being given away here.
Right, so if you just read those 4, that's why I'm thinking it's feminine. Citrus, neroli, bergamot, rosemary. Like nothing in that deters me.
Right, I am not even getting the rosemary in this. I am getting something far darker, far spicier. Not like a tobacco, but something woody, something green is hiding under the surface of this.
Well, I love that at least our keynotes bringing us in are completely different. Because I'm getting more the citrus, neroli kind of brighter side.
Funny.
And you're getting more the deeper woodsy side.
I got the base notes first, y'all. They are loud and prominent to my nose. Well, I think our noses go for the scent notes that we are least familiar with first, if you think about your first whiffs in a shave soap, which is why it makes a first impression show rather interesting. Because if you don't know those florals first, you're going to go there. But if I know those masculine florals, I'm going to dive down into what's different. For me, it was those woods, but I can totally enter the building through the other door and find those citruses first.
They're all there, but it's just interesting because they keep dancing around. Like once you think your nose is in there, there's more than just those 4.
And you know what's awesome for me? When you read a book that was written in 1775, when you hear a song that was written in 1775, it does not sound like Young MC, you know what I mean? This smells 250 years old, and I am not sure how. It's not like it's dank. It's not like I'm smelling dust, but I can tell that this is 3 centuries old, and I am not sure how.
It's funny because if I take my first just initial whiff, if I hadn't seen the label or known the year mark, I don't know if I would have gotten that right away.
Oh.
But if I go past that first part of the whiff and I
Right.
keep digging, the part that I kind of got like the woodsy antique show, then I'm like, oh, that's kind of the older age depth that's happening. But it
Gotcha.
doesn't overpower the scent for me. Like I have to dig for that part.
It does for me. There is something antique store about this for me in the best of ways, and I love it. And there is one last big mystery that we have to solve.
right.
How does this work in a shave bowl? Because they said it was non-foamy.
Right.
You want to just lather this like we normally do?
Yeah, let's see what happens.
I'm gonna go. Look, this is like whipped soap. Look at that. This makes moon soap look like molasses. Are you kidding me? All right, here we go. Light and airy.
It just disappears. The brush might just take it back up. We'll see.
Let's see what happens here. I'm curious. All right. So we're probably not going to do our normal lathering ritual here because I think this one was a little different. I used to
Right.
see what happens if you gently lather.
And
it.
it's hard to know like the water ratio. We're
I know,
gonna see
so
how
I'm
this goes
guessing
here.
here a little bit.
Watch out for the dog. Okay.
Non-foaming. This may not even build a lather.
Yeah, right.
Let's see.
We'll just. Oh no, there's bubbles. There's
Is there?
suds. There's,
Oh,
it's
okay.
sudsy.
It's
But
foaming.
Let's see if it thickens back up, or I'll give it a little second here.
You know, I'm going to do this while you're doing that. I think this
Yeah,
is
do
kind of
that.
meant to just go straight to the face. Maybe. Oh,
We'll
I
try
see.
it for you to see and witness
Okay.
alongside.
Right.
But there,
Oh.
if you want to see, there is some suds happening here.
Or lemon. Oh, the citrus is coming out a lot more now that it's on the face.
It's sudsing, but it is a different.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like
I
maybe
see.
a little less water next time. for us
Yeah,
to figure
y'all,
out?
this is not really building a lather. So I think they're right. I think this is meant to be non-foaming. I think this is meant to go kind of straight onto the face.
Right. I don't think you need that much water. Like
Right.
I think it kind of is so light already.
But here's the cool thing. Every once in a while, I'm just not paying that close of attention. I am just basking in my BBS, and I rinse out my lather bowl before I'm totally done with my final rinse on the face. And isn't that the time when you inevitably find, oh crap, there's a big patch of hair right here that I didn't get. I don't want to build another lather. Well, you could just grab this. It goes
Yep.
right on the face, and this feels just as functional as a soap would, but I will know better when I report back on how it shaves. Okay, so I don't think I would use what's in the bowl. I think this is meant to be used right out of here. I wouldn't trust that on my face.
Yeah, clearly this is not the intention on how to lather.
Yeah, but you know what? There might be some other mysteries and wonders hiding in here when we take this a little bit deeper. Y'all, I was sitting around the other day, got some contemplation going, and I'm thinking, really, why aren't more people in this hobby? Because you and us, we have figured out something amazing. Why aren't these more prevalent? Well, 2 things. I think A, people just don't know about them. When people outside the hobby see a picture of our shave locker, they're like, oh my God, what are those? They get so curious, they come over and smell them for hours. The second reason that I think people don't get into this hobby has something to do with this. I think it's the hassle. Because let's be honest, it is a bit of a hassle. For us, it's a ritual, and we've learned the difference. But I think this could bridge the gap between those who want to spend 30, 40 minutes in the shave mirror and those who want to spend 10. This could shave off this could shave off so much time. I don't think there are that many things like that in the shaving world, except maybe Ariana and Evans and their new line of creams.
Right, so their creams are meant to bold lather, but you can just throw it on your face or legs if you're running a little fast there.
So y'all, no matter how much time you take for your grooming routine, and we might invite you to take a few extra minutes now and then, there's going to be stuff in this wet shaving world for you. And before we sell you a bill of goods, we should probably have tested this with a cartridge razor. Although I have not shaved with a cartridge razor since our very first episode. I'm not going back there. But I think this would absolutely not clog it because it's a lovely consistency for that kind of thing.
Right, and it feels to me more like a lotion. Like I used to use ones that were called
Right.
shaving lotions back in the day.
yeah.
So it's kind of similar to that. Definitely more better quality, I'm sure.
Almost a liquid, y'all. I think if I shook it, I could actually pour it out of this. That's how viscous this is. Very cool stuff.
But I am so glad we had to add this to our den. Thank you so much, Doug Lane, for sending this because the scent alone, oh my goodness.
And talk about unlike anything in our shave locker.
Agreed.
I mean, we have standard deviations from the mean, but this one is sitting way over there in the corner. I love this. And I know you do get a little bit of a modern spin from this, but I love that I can smell the age and the dignity in this. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be young George Washington hanging out in his backyard, and when your parents get home from their luncheon and they see you standing there next to their fallen prize cherry tree with an axe behind your back, and they say, hey, how did that happen? And you say, yeah, I did it. You want to fight about it? You're going to get your own. So head over to Caswell-Massey.com to find this and a bunch of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with number 6. And after spending some time with this scent, there is a fabulous sense of an antique vibe from this for me. Not from your grandmother's attic, but the kind of antique you see on the Antiques Roadshow where they're promising the guy a dump truck full of money and he's crying with joy. And the guy says, they don't make them like this anymore. That's the sense I got. They don't make them like this anymore. And the woods and spices of those base notes for this are everything. And the lather reminded me of my old Cremo days. Y'all, on mornings when you just don't want to deal with it, where you just want to dig into that tub, throw some on your face and be done with it, this has your back. And what a fabulous post-shave feel it was. Thank you, Caswell-Massey. We'll be back.
Welcome to Messages.
Hey, also for the month of January, our giveaway is the soap of your choice from the brand new Adopted Acres Soap Company. All you have to do to be eligible is send an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here our first February episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
You know, this has an above average potency and intensity for a shave soap. I wiped it off with a towel 20 minutes ago. I am still getting giant whiffs over here. You don't even need the EDP for this.
Right. I wish the smell could come across on camera because there is just something that's really strong and standing through the scent.
And I think I have smelled similar things to these over the years, but here's the difference. Where the floral and the citrus meet the wood, the newer ones, look at my face. They just don't have it right. They needed to go back to the OG. There is something in this that somebody had a eureka moment long before the Constitution was written, and that endures. Often imitated, never duplicated.
There's something like the word I think that's coming to mind is interwoven.
Right.
Like there's something like it just locks those furniture pieces that they put together that they don't even use like nails for. It just clicks in. There's something about this scent that really comes through.
And wouldn't it be cool if our, let me see, great grandchildren could also walk into a Calvin Klein outlet store and buy exactly the same juice that you and I enjoyed in the 80s? That is what's going on here, and that's why I think this is a particularly awesome soap to have in our collection.
Thank you so much, Doug, for sending this. It was the perfect way to start off the new year with a scent like this, my friend. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell more presidential just watching this.